Hello Capricorn, welcome to Dove and Serpent Tarot. My name is Paul. If Capricorn is your sun, moon, or rising sign, this is your tarot card reading. Remember to hit the like button, leave a comment, consider subscribing to the channel, especially if this reading resonates with you. If there is anything you would like me to pray over or meditate upon or send positive energy toward, please let me know. Now, this is going to be a general reading for July 22nd through July 28th, so try to be open and receptive to whatever may come through during our time together. I am merely the messenger, and I ask you to connect directly with each of these cards. Use your own intuition to take you beyond the details that I might provide. And remember, Capricorn, that the most important part of any tarot reading is you. And we start with a Six of Wands. This is very successful energy. This is a feeling of accomplishment, really. You know, this is almost like you kind of surprise yourself sometimes with what you're capable of, you know. It feels really good to accomplish things. It feels good to be victorious over our challenges, right? Over our obstacles, okay? You're somebody who works very, very hard, and I think it's nice to win, you know, once in a while, right? So you're somebody who's very, in kind of typical Capricorn fashion, you're good at working in a team, right? I think you're used to kind of doing things alone. You're used to maybe having a lot of work that's just for you, that you can accomplish. But I feel like right now you're kind of in this, you're in a sharing mood in a way. I feel like you're working with others more. I feel like you're having more, you're going to be finding more connections with other people, okay? I think right now is really about a team effort that you're involved with. Something that you're bringing your very unique qualities and skills and talents to, but it's for the group, okay? It could be a family group, friends, could be coworkers, could be a creative endeavor, could be a spiritual thing, a religious thing, I don't know. But I feel as if your win is everybody's win. Nobody wins, right, unless we all do. And I feel like this is kind of almost your mantra right now. Because I feel like in the past you sort of felt like an outcast, right? That you kind of, you had your own interests, you had your own pursuits, and I feel like you didn't have a lot of people to share those with, like when you were younger, you know? I feel like now you're kind of getting to know your people, and it feels good to have a team around you. You know, let's see where we're going with this energy. Let's see what else is on the table. This week we've got, Princess of Pentacles. A lot of changes. A lot of things are materializing. A lot of things are manifesting. And this is really, you're beginning now to see the, kind of see the trees for the wood, right? We're seeing kind of the bigger picture here. We're seeing what the potential in all of this activity really is going to be, especially when we have these kinds of accomplishments and these successes that I do think are, they're increasing your sense of pride and confidence, but it's the team effort. Now we've got the earth energy, see, fire to earth, which is very important for a Capricorn because you are the cardinal earth zodiac sign, right? Fire and earth, it's that spiritual electrical circuit of creation. Right? Directly from heaven to earth, manifested instantly. Yeah. And so I feel like this is really a lot of changes happening fast. And we're beginning to see how everything is aligning. We're beginning to see with the Princess of Pentacles how everything is fitting together. It's kind of like you have been in maybe a dark place. The sun is starting to come up. And we're seeing now all the trees and all the bushes and all the plants, and all the animals, all the flowers, right? And we're saying, oh, okay, I'm in a beautiful garden. At nighttime, it may seem like a really dark, scary forest, but as the light begins to shine and illumine where we are, oh, okay, I see everybody, I see everything here, you know? So it's kind of like your new life is revealing itself to you slowly, piece by piece, as the light dawns, okay? But I think it's a lot of activity. It's a lot of these little accomplishments that are slowly revealing this bigger picture to you now. I think that this is super abundant. Okay, this is double earth energy we got right here. This is everything you could dream of. This is better than the best. Okay. Let's see what's underneath the surface. A Princess of Swords. It is something that's requiring you to learn new things. Okay. I think you have a diversity of skills. I think you're a good cook. I think you play the piano. I think you can do a lot of physical activities, sports and things like that. You're probably martial arts, that sort of thing, right? You have a lot of different skills. And this is a really good quality of Capricorn, I think, that you can do so many different things. You're good at so many different things. And if you're not, you can become good at those things. You have that kind of tenacity that says if you're interested in learning something, by golly, you're going to learn it. You're going to get good at it too. It depends on really where your focus is, what you're going to master. But to have a good repertoire of skills and talents and abilities, things that you know, the experience that you have, is very, very good. So this is a situation in your life right now, I think, that's requiring you to learn new things. And you like that. You like learning new skills, because you know you're going to be good at them. And it's fun, right, to just kind of expand the mind into, because every time we learn something, we're creating new neural connections or new the spiritual connections. The light is starting to kind of move around our souls in different ways. And that always feels good. It always feels like an expansion, right? The one thing we see about the Princess of Pentacles is that it's it's an ever-growing garden. This is the creation that does not stop. Creation is not one act and then we just say, oh, creation's over, time to go to bed. No, creation is a constant, eternal moment of fire to earth. It's being created, it's a process, right? It's a function of life. It really is life itself, is this ongoing living, And so by always learning and growing and trying new things and even struggling with things that are difficult, I think you probably know a lot of different kind of technical things. Like I feel like you know a lot about like academic subjects. Like you're probably really good at math. You're probably really good at like electrical stuff or engineering or physics, things like this. You probably know many languages. But I don't know how many of these you have mastered. That's the idea here. That you have started the path in so many different areas. You have all of these, let's say, intermediate skills, and maybe a few of these really masterful skills. But I get the idea that you take on maybe a basic working knowledge of a lot of things. Like you probably know another language, but you haven't mastered it. You know it well enough to get by, should you need to, right? So it's a tool in your toolbox. It's not something that you've devoted your life to, okay? But you're always open to doing this. And I find that to be a very wonderful and fascinating energy. What's behind all of this? Another court card. We have 3 court cards now, so this is definitely a team effort. It's starting to kind of feel like family to me in a way. But I do, since we have air, water, and earth court cards, I feel like you come from a very diverse background, or your workplace is very different. Like there are younger people, older people, people from different countries, people with different skill sets, people with different beliefs and different values, different opinions on things. I feel like everybody is very, very different. Everybody is bringing their unique skill to the table here, okay? But individually, the Prince of Cups is, well, it's a fixed feeling. It's a fixed value, okay? And I see this as something in the past, but it's something that still influences you. I think maybe it was a difficult childhood, maybe. Okay. I feel like it was. I feel like you grew up in a relatively stable environment, right, when you were younger. But I feel like maybe it was really strict in a way. Or maybe it was an environment that really convinced you to feel certain ways about things. And it's hard to get over that, right? Even things that we feel or believe about ourselves, this fixed water energy is saying that we're identified with a feeling. And it's been very difficult to get out of that feeling. Maybe this was that feeling of loneliness or isolation, or of being kind of the outcast, or being a little bit too different, right? And so now it's difficult to get out of this kind of lonely feeling, maybe, or this isolated feeling, and get into this group or this team effort that you're in, right? So I feel like we're still kind of pulled back to this sort of feeling about things. And I can't yet pinpoint what that feeling exactly is. If it is one of just, as I said, of kind of keeping a bubble around ourselves, right? That separate us from the group. Okay. What's up above everything? Seven of Cups. Yeah, see, it's that feeling there. So we're almost looking at this as a situation that is going to spoil. So there's, to me, it feels there's, to me, it feels as if there's still some emotional healing that you need to do in order for you to let yourself fully be part of this group. See, the Prince of Cups is air and water. It's kind of like there's a little air bubble in the water. And you know what you got to do with the air bubbles? You got to tap the thing to get the air bubbles out, right? So you want the water to be totally just, pure and no bubbles in it. In anything, if you're in the medical field, you know what I'm talking about. If you're in the automotive field, you know what I'm talking about. You got to get the bubbles out, right? But there's still this part of you that wants to be a bubble, that wants to be, to keep yourself kind of isolated from maybe getting too attached to the group or letting yourself be too involved, because there's the possibility that it's going to hurt. Okay? And so we got the Seven of Cups up at the top because there's still some healing we have to do. Whatever this situation was, maybe this was a difficult time with your friends when you were younger, or a difficult time with siblings or with family, right? I almost feel that when you were a kid, you really wanted to fit in with the group, but there was something that happened there. There was some sort of disappointment, some sort of spoilage. Yeah. And so now it's an ongoing, healing takes a lifetime. Okay? Healing takes many, many lifetimes. You show me anybody that says, I'm healed, I'm all the way done. They're not done. Healing is a lifetime, right? It's an ongoing process. As soon as we think we're all done and we forget about it, it's going to creep back up on us, right? So I think your healing is really on your mind lately. Okay? And how our emotional identity from the past is still influencing us right now in the future. Okay? Because this is kind of, it's casting a little bit of a shadow on this really wonderful team effort that you have now. But you're aware of that. I'm not telling you anything that you don't know. Okay? I feel like when you were a kid, your family, I don't know if it's your mom or your dad, but they really love to fish. I feel that they're always at the lake or the river fishing. And I feel like you do have a couple of siblings, at least, okay? And maybe it's a large family, and that's where we kind of get a little bit of our bubble from, where it's just, you had to do certain things to keep yourself from, to maintain your own identity, let's say, okay? But we're aware how this emotional identification is influencing currently the situation that you're in. Okay, and as long as you're aware of that, I think you can mitigate that. But let's see what's in the future position here. You got the Ace of Pentacles, very nice. For you, Capricorn, I always see the Ace of Pentacles as not the beginning of something new, but as the summit of a mountain, right? It's very narrow. It's like we just think, you draw a mountain. It's like an upside down V. It's just up and down, right? A little point at the top. And that point is the Ace, and it's very narrow. It's just, it's the head of a pin. You can't, it's difficult to balance up there. Because I see that for you at least, the tens, right? The 10 of Pentacles, let's say, would be the base of the mountain. It's very wide. There are a lot of options, a lot of different things going on, a lot of different paths, a lot of choices we could make, a lot of errors, right? A lot of experiments. It's okay. You're not too far up. You can try one path, no. You can go try another path, okay. But the further up we get, the more narrow it gets, the less room there is for mistakes, and the less opportunity for you to change course. When you get really close to the summit of the mountain, there's really only one way up, okay? And that's not a time for turning back. It's not a time for saying, well, maybe I wanted to go a different route, right? It's too late. You're already way up at the top. There's only one way, and it's up, okay? So I feel like you're realizing that now, that your attachment to these emotions is not going to be enough to pull you down the mountain. That we've got to keep pushing forward and get to the summit of this, whether this is a work experience, if this is a team sport or something, an event maybe, if this is a family thing, if this is just kind of a personal accomplishment in that you're able to kind of let yourself be you, let yourself be confident and even happy in this group situation. Maybe you're starting a class at school, or you're starting a new job, new career, or you're working with new partners, or you are joining a new club or a new religious organization, or whatever it is. So it might be the beginning of something, but the real summit of the mountain is you up there at the very top, taking a really deep breath and saying, okay, I did it, right? And now, of course, the hard work starts, because you got to go back down the mountain, the other side. That's what they don't tell you. When you get to the summit, you're only halfway done. So now it really is a beginning. It's the beginning of the rest of the trip. So it could be that you're starting some sort of new endeavor, right? But it's an accomplishment already for you, having allowed yourself to really accept the group and be accepted by the group, and I think more importantly, to let yourself be heard and be seen and be felt. Okay? Yeah, I could go join a group, but I just sit in the corner and I won't say anything, And people won't get to experience my personality and my talents and, well, all your skills and abilities. But I think you're going into this group and you're saying, here I am, this is what I can do. You have a confidence about you. That's the Six of Wands. Okay? Let's select the mystery card, bonus card, confirmation card. This is a random card from the Smith-Waite Tarot. This is the factor infinite and unknown. We're going to just set it down over here. Alien Simon Mork Ripley, right on top. Now, we're not going to look at that card until the very end, but it will tie everything together and it will give us the confirmation that we need. If you have a prediction, put it in the comments. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do. It's totally free, it doesn't cost anything, and it really does support the channel, and I really do appreciate that. Small announcement, I finally have a Facebook, an Instagram, and a TikTok, so the links are down below if you want to go join me over there. Not much content on there right now, but there will be. So you can be one of the first people to connect with me there. And yeah, make sure you follow the links. There are a lot of scammers out there. And that's why I created these pages, mainly so I can point you to the right ones. That way you don't get taken advantage of. Okay? Private readings will always be announced here. The readings will always be here on YouTube. So if you don't hear it coming out of my mouth, don't believe it. Okay? Those are going to be my official pages for any other content and fun stuff. So anyway, Path of the Serpent and Ace of Wands. See, now we got two aces. More fire and earth, by the way. So I feel like you really are on this path now of this kind of this team effort, this group effort. Could be work, could be school, could be family. But I think it's really giving you this confidence now that you're even going to emerge as a leader here. Okay, that you're not going in, you're not going to be a wallflower, you're not going to be sitting in the corner here, not participating. I think that you're really emerging as somebody who has an absolute enormous amount of gifts to offer the world. Okay, you have really good instincts. I think you're very good at reading people. You are very sensitive to the subtle psychic energies. Okay. Strongly intuitive. That's a good thing and a bad thing, because that's really, I think the people who have had difficult emotional experiences when they were kids tend to be the most intuitive and sensitive as adults, right? Because it's kind of a thinning of the veil there in childhood that I think really carries over into adulthood. But with the Ace of Wands, I think you're able to use this gift. You use your sensitivities and all your skills and talents to really push this thing forward, whatever this is for you, whatever this team is, whatever this group effort is, if it's a work thing, whatever it might be. I feel like you're bringing you're bringing the really good ideas to this, okay? And so I really love the fire and the earth here. Let's see what we have next. More earth. Even better. So now we got some, this is nuts. We've got the 6 and 6, fire and earth. We've got the ace and the ace, fire and earth, right? So this is really beautiful. I think that you're taking this, you're bringing your unique talents and skills to the table. You have something amazing to offer this world. And even if we kind of think of this group as the world itself, okay, it doesn't have to be just a couple of you in a club or something. It could be the entire world that we're talking about. And excuse my raspy voice. The 6 is kind of the round table. Everybody's equal. Everybody is bringing something to the table. It's a potluck, right? It's a potluck. I think you're bringing something very valuable to the table that I think is going to see you emerging as the leader. Even though with a round table, right, there's supposed to be no leader, right? I kind of feel as if you're going to be emerging as the kind of the star of the show here, right? And maybe reluctantly so. Okay, this is the card of the environment. It's telling me that your participation with this group effort, this team effort, is going to lead to a lot of success, physical success, money, right? The production, whatever it is that you are trying to accomplish, will be accomplished. And it's important that you bring your talents and skills to the table. This cannot succeed if you're just a wallflower, okay? But this is really wonderful. Fire to earth. This is just beautiful. Very successful here. I think there will be obstacles and some bumps along the road in this effort, but it really is going to, yeah, there are the bumps in the road. It's really going to be successful because everybody is contributing, sort of equally, right? Now, the 5 of Pentacles is in the position of the obstacle. And it kind of represents, excuse my voice, the obstacle seems to be the obstacles themselves. Your biggest worry, the biggest obstacle for you is just dealing with the obstacles, right? And I know that kind of sounds silly. It's kind of like the only thing we're worried about is being worried. The only thing I'm anxious about is my anxiety, right? So we know that there are going to be difficulties, and well, that's just kind of the worry there, is that there's, we're anticipating the problems, which is a good thing, right? I mean, it's kind of a good problem to have, that you're aware that there's going to be problems. I mean, that's being forewarned is being forearmed. Okay, so it's not going to be a smooth ride. We always have to go through a 5 to get to the 6. Okay, so it feels like there might be some money issues along the way. There might be some issues with resources, right? Raw materials, something like that. I kind of feel that there is something, because we got quite a bit of earth energy here today. I feel like there is something in the environment right now that needs fixing. Okay, I don't know if it's the car, or if it's the bank account, or if it's the house, but something kind of needs a repair, right? Not that it's broken down and it's not working, but something is not working as optimally as it could. Okay, and really this could be the group without you, right? We had that 6, but really now we're looking at a 5. Maybe you're seeing that this thing out here can never succeed unless you accept your role there and go, it seems to be lacking exactly what you can offer it. Yeah. And that sort of gives us a sense of obligation, Let's see what the outcome is here. The 2 of Swords. Yeah, you're going to have to make a decision if you're going to continue with this, on this path. This is the right path for you. This is a card that says there is a decision to be made, but it's not a decision that we need to rationalize. It's not a decision that we have to weigh the pros and cons. My alarm is going off. I woke up early today, and it was my alarm telling me to wake up. it's not something we intellectualize, right? It's not a pros and cons list. It has to be felt. It has to be done intuitively. Yeah. And that's what the Two of Swords is telling us because of that little crescent moon at the top, right? The swords are crossed. It kind of says you're at a bit of an impasse here. And it really could be that we're looking at the obstacle and we're thinking, what do I do here? You know, is this the moment where we're kind of considering turning back down the mountain? Or is this saying, well, this is an obstacle, but I feel my way through it. I know how to get through this. And we're not weighing the options. We're not intellectualizing. We're just feeling our way forward here. Okay. And this really could be, you know, when you see that this thing cannot function properly without you, it's that intuitive decision that just says, yeah, I've got to participate. I've got to bring what I can into this, you know, to make it successful, right? And I don't know if we're talking about a business or what exactly we're referencing here. But what I do want to do is an empowerment oracle card before we look at the mystery card. And make sure I just have one single one. They kind of stick together. Embrace divinity. I am a loved child of divinity. Reality is a love story written for me. I sit silently and experience the loving embrace from my eternal mother. I store up the words of affirmation of my ageless father. The tender words that spoke my consciousness into existence become me. Well, that's a powerful affirmation, right? And a very beautiful card. I think that this is you kind of becoming your own power, right? Really accepting your kind of purpose, your mission here, you know. Let's look at the mystery card. And, well, we don't really have a lot of water. We've got our water over here that we're trying to deal with. Maybe we need some more water, some good, happy water, right? Yeah, that's going to be my prediction, water. Okay. If you have a prediction, put it in the comments. Let's see. Oh, it's the Devil card. It is your power card. So we must ring our magical bell. This is the Devil card. It rules the sign of Capricorn, and this is you accepting who you are. You know, this is you really stepping into your best self, the best version of yourself. And now with the Capricorn energy, it's not that you are trying to deny Capricorn's kind of natural proclivity to maybe, you know, solitary work, you know. I think you're embracing that, and you're using that even as a tool here in this group situation, that you're coming into this, not that you're just going to become like everybody else and lose your individuality. No, your individuality, your Capricornness, your proclivity towards solitude is exactly what you need to bring to this group. Okay? So you have to keep, you're still your bubble, you know. You have to keep yourself unique and distinct from this group. You see, if we look at this, the Six of Pentacles again, it's six little bubbles that are all in a circle, right? So it's not about losing your individuality and becoming like everybody else or just doing what everybody else is doing. No, they need you to be you, uniquely yourself. That's what's going to make this such a success. Your unique talents and skills, your unique personality, your charm, right? Your Capricorn energy is what they really need. They don't need just someone to come in and kind of parrot what they're doing. They don't need a robot, right? They want someone very unique. And that's what, you know, that's what you're going to bring to the table. So this is really, it's not an overcoming of the Capricorn nature. It is an embracing of the Capricorn nature and realizing that this is a tool and a talent that can be applied in many different areas of life, you know. And it doesn't have to mean that you're just kind of doing your own thing by yourself. You know, that it's your individuality, your uniqueness that you bring to the table. Very good. We're going to do an extended reading as well. If you want to stick around, there's a link up top. There's one down below. New readings for Capricorn are on Thursdays. Bonus readings, Sundays. All right. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do. It is totally free, does not cost anything. And leave a comment. Let me know where in the world you're watching from. I want you to know that you're the most important part of Dove and Serpent Tarot. I thank you and I love you. And we're all in this together.